Hello, what is up YouTube? Today I had a quick watch of the trailer for the new film Transcendence, which I believe is coming out in 2014, and I just wanted to leave a quick video about what I thought of it. Because this film, I'd not actually heard of it before, but when I read the description of it before I watched the trailer, I thought it sounded really interesting and really cool, and something that could potentially be really engaging and really thought-provoking. And it's also got a really good cast. Morgan Freeman, Johnny Depp, Rebecca Hall, Paul Bettany are all in it. All of whom are very good actors or actresses. But of course, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good film. The plot of the film seems to follow the idea of the creation and the utilisation of artificial intelligence, or technological singularity as they call it, or as Johnny Depp calls it, transcendence. And that sort of idea in sci-fi, the sort of, AI and sort of the problems of AI and the scenarios that can go wrong with AI are always something that I think sci-fi handles a lot. And there's always in so many sci-fi films and stories and books and TV shows, there's always the subject of an AI, and 99% of the time it goes rogue and it goes evil, and it's a baddie that has to be stopped. And this film, based on the title, I thought it was going to maybe be a bit different. I love the idea of exploring whether it would be possible to create something like that, and what the effects would be if something like that was created, both on the people who created it. What would they do with it, and how would they react to what they'd actually created? Because I think there's a big difference when you're designing something and working towards something, and you've got all the enthusiasm and the desire to see it done, but then when you actually create it and you've reached your goal, what do you think then? Because clearly you're relieved and happy and proud of what you've created, but when it's something as world-changing as that, surely something else must cross your mind. And I've never created anything world-changing, unfortunately, yet, but it must play on your mind, and you must think, have I done the right thing, or have I made a mistake in what I've done? And I really love that idea, sort of the more human side of creating an AI or a singularity. And I'd also love to see how the rest of the world would react to it. Not just the people that created it, but how the rest of the world would see it and view it, and how they would embrace it, or whether they would try and destroy it because they didn't understand it, or they didn't trust it. So I was really hoping it would do something like that, and I knew it was going to be a thriller, so I was expecting some not excitement, some action. But I hoped that the majority of it would be focused on the more human side. So I was a little bit disappointed when I realised that they seem to have turned it into pretty much a stereotypical sci-fi film of an evil AI that goes rogue and becomes an enormous threat, and they have to put it down with violence and action. And it turns into your stereotypical thriller, horror, almost Lawnmower Man type film, which, it's been done to death. It's been done so many times. There's so many films that deal with rogue AI or evil machines, and the problems of technology and the horrors of technology, and they all deal with it in the same way, which is violence and action. The trailer also didn't help itself by giving away pretty much the entire plot of the film throughout the course of its 2-minute duration. If they're teased in the film that the character that Johnny Depp plays will, and spoilers here, but if they're teased that he gets injured, and then the rest of his team and his family have to make the choice about whether to upload him and use this AI and this transcendence that they've created, and the sort of the thoughts that played on their mind and their doubts and worries, and went from it from that angle, I think it would have worked really well. But instead, and they point this out pretty much verbatim in the trailer, is that the character Will, that Johnny Depp plays, gets injured, and they upload, or he achieves transcendence and becomes this AI essentially, and then it slowly turns him evil and it corrupts him, and eventually they have to fight against him and put him down. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in that. In fact, I was very disappointed in that. As I said, the evil of technology has been done to death. It's been done countless times, and it's all done in the same way, and it's always dealt with in the same way. And I would love them to do a film that had the courage to shy away from turning it into an action film, and instead really use the time to explore the human reaction to technology, and the human reaction to what an event like this would be. So that was just my quick thoughts on the trailer. I will probably go and see it. I don't want to give up on it just yet, basically due to the fact that it's got some of my favourite actors in it, and I really hope that Freeman and Johnny Depp and Paul Bettany can salvage it and turn it into something that's worth watching. But really, Transcendence doesn't look like it's going to really explore the full depth and breadth of the subject of transhumanism and the ideas that go so well with the sci-fi genre, and that I think would be so popular amongst sci-fi fans. I mean, don't get me wrong, sci-fi fans love action. I do anyway. But I think as a genre it's got so much potential for mind-provoking films and really deep philosophical films. I mean, Blade Runner, really, there was a decent amount of action in it, but essentially it was more focused on the human side and the philosophical side, and that was a brilliant film. And as far as I can recall, no films have really tackled technology in that way for a long time, and I would love to see it again. So I've got my fingers crossed for Transcendence. I hope it's better than the trailer makes it look, but I don't think I'm going to be counting on it. So if you've seen the trailer, let me know what you thought of it, and if you'd like to see more videos, more trailer reviews and more film reviews, then please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you around.